Welcome to the Stokes Early College graduation. Please rise for the class of 2016.
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Good evening. Welcome to today's celebration of the Stokes Early College class of 2016. We are excited about celebrating their graduation. I want to extend a sincere welcome to parents, grandparents, extended families, and friends of our graduates. I'm the principal, Misty Holloway. We welcome our Stokes Early College faculty, our Stokes County administrative team, including our superintendent, Dr. Stuart Hobbs, our assistant superintendent, Tony George, our high school curriculum director, Doug Rose, and members of our Stokes County School Board. And I want to take a moment to recognize some other special guests. Our school board members are here: Chairwoman Sonia Cox, Vice Chairwoman Pat Messick, Bill Hart, and we have a Stokes County Commissioner here, James Booth. We thank you for being here. Sheriff Mike Marshall. And we have a lot of our Forsyth Tech team here. President Dr. Gary Green, Director of Educational Partnerships, Kimberly Bryant, members of the Forsyth Tech Community College Board of Trustees, Dr. Dana Dalton, the Director of Institutional Effectiveness, Ann Watts, our Senior Director of Off-Campus Centers, Alan Murdoch, Vice President of Economic and Workforce Development, Wendy Emerson, Vice President of Business Services, and Rhonda Moyer, who is our Stokes Early College liaison. But most importantly, I want to welcome the class of 2016. This is your day, and I want to take just a few minutes to celebrate you, and we have some other speakers who will be doing the same. Class of 2016, you are incredibly kind and sentimental. Our graduates voted on a class motto, which is located at the bottom of the inside page of your program. The motto reads, "Our lives are before us, the past is behind us, but our memories are forever with us." You are not merely classmates, but rather brothers and sisters. You support, encourage, and love each other. You even bicker sometimes like siblings do. During graduation practice yesterday and then our senior luncheon, I enjoyed watching you guys pick with each other. You were planning beach trips together. You were picking on one another about school crushes. And I enjoyed seeing that because it shows how much you love each other. And that is important. I don't want you to ever forget that. You have persevered, class of 2016. The journey at Stokes Early College has not always been an easy one for all of you. We have graduates who are caregivers to their parents and grandparents, which is a major responsibility. We have those who are burdened with the added responsibility of being the breadwinner for their family and having to pay mortgages and bills for their families. We even have students who have not known the security of sleeping in the same place for more than a few nights at a time. Through all of these circumstances, you have persevered. Many of our graduates have persevered through working 30 to 40 hours a week while carrying a full academic load. And you've got the grades and the scholarship dollars to prove that you have worked hard. Class of 2016, you shatter records. Combined, you have earned $4,933,284 in scholarship offers. Several of you have earned full academic scholarships. Others have received enough scholarship money to pay for a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. One of you has been offered just shy of $1 million in scholarship awards. This accomplishment is a testament of your diligence, your sweat, your tears, and your determination. Each one of you was created with special gifts and natural talents. Use these innate strengths to make a difference, to make the world a better place. We are proud of you, and we look forward to seeing the many accomplishments that you are going to achieve from here on. Always remember, once a falcon, always a falcon. Congratulations and good luck. I want to welcome to the podium the president of Forsyth Tech Community College, Dr. Gary Green.
Thank you, Ms. Holloway. Good evening. Welcome to all of you. It's a great pleasure to be here for this event this evening, for this commencement. And I really like that term for it because it's really a beginning for these young people that sit in front of us. I want to also extend my greetings to the special guests that are with us tonight, our members of our school board, our commissioners, Mr. Booth, certainly Dr. Hobbs, who's been our partner for a long time in this process, but especially to these graduates that are in front of us. This is really a celebration of some special people here tonight in a special institution, in a special place. And we're honored to be a part of this, all the staff and the students of Forsyth Tech. You know, as I think back, this has been a huge investment and this has been a huge effort of the people of Stokes County to make this opportunity available to you. For the commissioners of Stokes County, for the school board, for those of us at Forsyth Tech who have worked as partners with the county. It's been a very special effort that has gone on tonight. And tonight, as we stand here and as we go through this ceremony, we're really celebrating more than just these young people in front of us, though that is special in and of itself. You're going to do great things. And ladies and gentlemen and friends and family of these graduates, as I look out on this group tonight, I give to you the future of Stokes County, North Carolina. Congratulations, graduates. We're very proud of you, and I know everyone who's with us here is here to help you celebrate this great accomplishment that you've undertaken. Thank you.
A native of Whiteville, North Carolina, our first speaker is an alumnus of West Columbus High School and North Carolina State University, where he earned both a bachelor's degree in mathematics education and a master's degree in school administration. Throughout 12 years in the Wake County Public School System, Mr. McKenzie committed his career to establishing an environment that was conducive to learning for all students. As a high school teacher, he incorporated varied facets of the arts and life experiences during instruction to make math relevant and meaningful to students. Serving in the role of teacher, coach, sponsor, and leader, he was recognized as a Ray Kim Educator of the Year and Fuquay Varina High School Teacher of the Year. As an administrator at Cary High School's 9th grade center, Mr. McKenzie worked with the staff to ensure a smooth transition for youth from middle school to high school. Afterwards, he served as the Senior Administrator of Retention for Wake County Public School System Human Resources, providing support for beginning teachers through professional development, mentors, and recognition. He currently works as an educational consultant at the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction, where he supports innovative high schools throughout the state of North Carolina. As a member of Fulfilled Promise Tabernacle, he serves in multiple roles in the Fine Arts Department in order to perpetuate the gospel of Jesus Christ. As an entrepreneur in both direct sales and event planning, he truly believes in multiple streams of income. He lives by the saying, "To whom much is given, much is required." Now residing in Apex, North Carolina, he is a devoted husband to Alnicia Javette Richardson of Enfield, North Carolina, for 18 years. They have 3 sons, Jemai, Darius, and Jaden. Please join me in welcoming Mr. D. McKenzie to the stage.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So let me begin by taking care of the formalities. On behalf of our state superintendent, June Atkins, and the Department of Public Instruction, congratulations to the class of 2016 at Stokes Early College. Now that we've taken care of that, let's move on. So I'm going to be honest with you. I tend to be quite unorthodox when it comes to speaking, so standing behind this podium is going to be tough for me. As a teacher, as you heard, I tend to bring in the arts as far as the way that I carry out my instruction. So you may see that today, and it might not be your typical commencement speaker. So if that's okay with you, please take off your judgment hats and just entertain my folly. Are you okay with that? Okay, awesome. All right. So on your mark, get set, go. Now, as I reflected upon my years as a track coach at Fuquay Varina High School, I was reminded of routines that I would have my track team members engage in prior to and during the track season. Now, there were certain drills and exercises that we performed in preparation for the track season. Students would ask, "Coach Mack, why are we doing these drills?" And of course, I would respond by saying, "You will understand in due time why we do the things that we do." Now, it was during this time that we stretched certain muscles. So, I had them lift their hands above their head, and I have them, pull up their legs in this manner right here, just to stretch the muscles that they would be using when it came time to run. Now, what I was doing is that I was preparing them for the race, or the multiple races that they would actually encounter during the season. This was to ensure that there were no injuries. Now, similarly, in the first 3 years here at Stokes Early College, you did just that. You were training for the ultimate race, and that race being the race of life. So if you would allow me, let's take a moment to reflect upon the first race that you ran, and that was your senior year here at Stokes Early College. Now, during this time, you probably found yourself tired and like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it." Is that the case? Can I get some hands in the audience? Is that okay? All right. Just want to make sure. All right. But this is the thing that you have to understand. Oftentimes, you'll find yourself in a position unable to conquer the task, and so therefore, that's the reason why you trained. That's the reason why you prepared. You may find yourself comparing yourself. Now get this. Being from Stokes Early College, you may find yourself comparing yourself to others who have gone on before you and who have achieved these great accomplishments and goals that you wish to achieve. You may look at your school and say, oh, we're very small, and look at other schools and look at how large they are and say, I don't know. But guess what? Now, I was told that there are great things that come in small packages. And you are just that. You are a great thing that comes in this small package that is known as Stokes Early College High School. But well, some of the great things, and your principal already alluded to this, some of the great things as an example of being so small is the fact that you have this tapestry that is tightly woven together, a closely knit group who can take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to them. And so, coming from a small rural community, and I'm very familiar with that, coming from Wyville, North Carolina. Yeah, that's the way they say it, Wyville. All right. but coming from a small rural community, there are those instances when you just have to tell yourself, I'm the one that's going to have to do what it takes to make things happen for my family, or it's falling on my shoulders so that I will be able to go forth and be a role model for others. Did any of you find yourselves being that? Okay, I see some heads nodding. All right. So let's now take a moment to reflect upon the race. So now, typically in a race, there are 3 commands. Runners, to your mark. Runners, get set. And not necessarily go, but you hear the bang of the gun. But anyway, let's talk about this quickly. So on your mark. Upon hearing this command, the runners move to position on the track. And so they move to the position of getting in front of the blocks. Now, he or she makes an intentional decision to show up. And in the arena of sports, a team's failure to show up automatically leads to the forfeit of a game. And it may even lead to disqualification. So to the class of 2016, your very being here tonight indicates that you chose to show up. You came to class. You studied. You did the work. You took the test. You were successful in the test. You did what it took to get to this point. So thank you for showing up to the mark. Now the second command is get set. Now I'm going to ask my assistant to come up quickly to help me out here because as I said, we got some problems here. All right. I didn't even realize we had a lapel mic. All right. But anyway, here we go. Okay, all right. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to use teacher voice here. All right, so I'm fine. Can you hear me? Awesome. Okay, all right. So, the second command is get set. Now, typically when you're getting set and you're getting in your blocks, there's a position that there's a certain stance that you take. So, you're going to back into the blocks like so. All right? Now, when you get in these blocks, when he says get set, you come up and you lean forward. Now let me tell you, there's a reason why you lean forward. Because what happens is that when you hear the bang, you automatically go forward. So this is the thing, you're in that position to fall forward. And what I want you to understand is that it is okay to fall forward as long as you fall forward. So thank you for getting in the position of getting set. All right. Now, notice I talked about some blocks. Okay, now I can stop yelling. All right. Now, notice I talked about some blocks. Now, those blocks are basically like this apparatus that you use to propel you forward out for the race. So the apparatus that you use to propel yourself forward for this ultimate race of life, they were your teachers, they were your friends, they were your parents, they were your grandmothers, your family. And so what I've heard about this particular community is that there were some phenomenal parents that supported their students, that supported their children throughout this process. And I want to take this time to applaud those individuals right now. So, Now, here we go. Go, or the bang of the gun. Of course, we know that it's typically the sound of a gun, and that signals for the runner to react and move forward. Now, you must take action. There's no need in the gun going off if you're not going to take any action. And so, talk is good, but it's better when there's action to follow it. It's one thing to dream, but it's another thing to take the steps to get to the dream. At the beginning of the race, there is a press to get to the front of the pack, all right? There's a press to get to the front of the pack because that individual is going to set the pace for the race. And some of you have done just that. You ran as fast as you could to get to the front of the pack. Those of you that studied hard to get the 4.0 or the 4.5 GPA, you did that so that you could set the pace. You did that so that you could be the role model for your classmates. You did that to show others that, hey, you can achieve the very thing that I'm achieving right now. And so now you're running. Yeah. At first, it's good when you start the run. But this is going to be the thing during the race. You may get tired. But hold on and endure until the end. You'll find that this race is a mental game. Mind over matter. That's what I would tell my team players. It's mind over matter. Because what's going to happen, your mind is going to start talking to you. Well, your body's going to start talking to you. And it's going to be saying, oh, this hurts. Oh, I got a cramp here. But see, remember in the beginning when we were training, the reason why we were training was so that we could overcome the fatigue, so that we could overcome the tightness of the muscles. And so we're running this race. Oh, yes, starting to feel good now because it's mind over matter. And now it's all paying off. And you understand why it's paying off. You're thinking about the motto that you talked about. And that motto being the fact that you're remembering the memories. And when you remember the memories, that's what gets you through the hurdles of life. And see, this is the thing about the hurdles. I would tell students, don't jump the hurdles, go through the hurdles. Go through the hurdles, knock the obstacles down that are in your way. And that's what you have to do when you come in contact with those things that will try to stop you during the race of life. And so we're running, and we're running. And you need to understand, no one is exempted. No one is exempted with these things that just come at you, these darts that come towards you. And you might find yourself dodging here and ducking there. And that's okay. You get better at it. Something might hit you and you're like, oh my gosh. And you might fall off to the side. But the important thing is that you continue running forward. And so, yes. And now I see the finish line. Now, this is the thing. The mind is going to tell you, stop. Your body's tired. You can't do this. But it's very important that you don't quit. Because this is the thing. Sometimes people give up right before the finish line. And that's one of the reasons why I would tell my track members to run. Run until the finish line. Run through the finish line. But not only that, I told them that you need to give it your all. Don't you slow up. Don't you slow up, because it's just then at that time that someone might get you because they see you being tired. They see that you're exhausted. And so what you do, you build it up. You build it up in your mind that, yes, I can do this. And you finish the race. And you finish the race hard. And that's what you did just a few moments ago. And it's about to come to fruition that you will be graduates of Stokes Early College High School, class of 2016. And when that moment comes, you can celebrate. And it's okay to celebrate during the race of life. But guess what? Don't celebrate too hard. Don't celebrate too long, because the race begins again. The training begins again to prepare for the next race in life. And that's where you are. That's where you are. And so I'm very excited to be standing before you because I see the doctors. I see the lawyers. I see the educators. I see the patrol officers. I see the military officers. I see our future. And you're not going to let the people down that are sitting behind you. You're not going to let the people down who have been there to support you, to push you, to propel you forward because they've invested too much. But more importantly, now this is the thing, more importantly, and this is what I love about track. It's a race against self. It's one of the few sports that is a team sport because you're always racing against self. What can I do to make myself better? And so that's where you are. You're thinking, I see some of you right now, you're thinking, what can I do to make myself better? And so I encourage you, I admonish you to do just that. This is only one part of the race, one leg of the race, and there'll be plenty more that you will encounter, that you will endure, that you will succeed. So again, to the class of 2016, congratulations. And so if you would again indulge my folly, I want you to sit at the edge of your seat to take your mark. Now, I want you to stand up to get set. And now, if you would, take a step forward. Take a step forward in the direction to take on your future. Ready? Go. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2016 for Stokes Early College High School. Congratulations. Be successful in the race of life.
Good evening, students and parents and distinguished guests. Wanda Stark joined the staff of WXII 12 News in 1994. In January 2015, Wanda assumed a new role as co-anchor of the 6 p.m. newscast only and producer of primetime specials. She continues to produce a weekly segment, A Place Called Home, which profiles children waiting to be adopted. It's a personal issue for Wanda, who was adopted as a young child. Wanda graduated from the University of Richmond with a BA in journalism and speech communication. She also attended Howard University Graduate School. Wanda's journalism career, which spans 38 years, began in Augusta, Georgia, and included stops in Norfolk, Richmond, Greensboro, Los Angeles, and Buffalo. Wanda has received numerous awards, including the President's Award for Volunteer Service from President Barack Obama, the Maya Angelou Women Who Lead Excellence Award honoring women in media from UNCF, and the Anna Quinlan Award for Excellence in Journalism on behalf of children and families from the Child Welfare League of America. She has also received 3 regional Emmy nominations, most recently for her documentary on childhood hunger. Wanda, who's a former National Big Sister of the Year, serves on the boards of the Children's Home Society of North Carolina and North Carolina Black Repertory Company. She is a member of the St. Paul United Methodist Church in Winston-Salem. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Stark to our graduation.
Good evening. I am delighted and honored to be here and in awe of what you, the graduating class, what you have accomplished. It is just stunning, and I want to start by giving you a round of applause. And you should give yourselves a big round of applause. It's been a long time since I was your age, but one thing I do remember is that I loved music. You listened to iPads and iPods and iPhones. Well, I had a Panasonic radio, and I listened to music all the time. And I thought I'd start by sharing a few popular song titles I think probably summarize your journey so far. Just thinking out loud about all the work you've done, I'm sure at times you felt stressed out, unsteady, bored to death. Now, you might be thinking you're out of the woods. Sorry, you're just getting started. I know you want to kick the dust up, but hold up, there will be time. You don't want to crash and burn or be like a wrecking ball. Just love yourself. Believe in yourself. It's going to be all right. Now, life won't be perfect. You might have to make lemonade, but nothing is impossible. You're about to embark on the adventure of a lifetime, living out your wildest dreams. I got about 21 song titles in there. I hope you caught most of them. Okay, here's my advice. You're headed to college. You've already done some college, and you've done it really well. Continue to do well. Study like it's your job, because it is your job. Learn everything you can. Be passionate about learning, because you have so many opportunities to expand your mind. Work hard. Do your best. If it turns out that you don't like the college, you feel like it's a really bad decision, do your best, even in your worst, because it builds character, and you never know who's watching. Whatever you do, don't give up. My worst job was in Buffalo, New York. Anybody who knows me knows that story. First day at work, I was hit by a car crossing the street. I survived, no major injuries, but hit by a car on the first day. A month later, the station goes into bankruptcy. Not good. 3 years later, I'm sued for $2 million. Okay, before you judge, it wasn't my fault. Somebody shot the wrong video. I was just the anchor reading the story. They showed the wrong person. My name was removed from the lawsuit, but still the worst day of my career. But with all of that, every day I hated my job, but I went into work believing that I had to do my best. Always did my best, always tried my best, and I believe because of that, this is why I landed in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, because my assistant news director ended up in Winston-Salem, and when there was a job for an anchor, I was the person that he recommended. So always do your best every day. Next advice, be kind. Our world as it stands right now, thanks in part to media and social media, is an increasingly mean place. It really is. Don't contribute to the toxic atmosphere. Demonstrate kindness at every opportunity. You benefit and others will benefit as well. In fact, there have been studies done, one using college students. They asked them to do random acts of kindness, 5 random acts of kindness a week for 6 weeks. And when they talked to the students at the end of that period, they found out that they were 40% happier than when they started. Be kind. Kind people are the best kind of people. Have faith. Believe in a higher power, because you're going to need it when you come across that insanely difficult professor. You're really going to need it. Ask for guidance when you feel lost, because it's a lot easier than trying to find your way on your own. My last word of advice for you is be you, not who you think your parents want you to be or your friends want you to be. Just be you, the unique and special person that you are. Know who you are, define who you are, never let anyone else define you. Identify your passion and pursue it, and pursue it like you own it. When I was working in Greensboro before as a reporter, my big dream was to work in a top 10 market. And I sent resumes out, and at the time videotapes, all over the country. And I'll never forget one letter that I got from a news director in Los Angeles. She told me that I was a good, strong storyteller. a good reporter, but cosmetically, I didn't have what it took to be a reporter in Los Angeles. Well, I'm thinking, I don't even know what that means. Cosmetically, you don't have that. Was I wearing bad makeup? Was I not pretty enough? Still don't know what that means. But I believed in myself. And a year later, I was working as a reporter in Los Angeles and eventually working as a substitute anchor in Los Angeles. So never let anyone define you. I'm going to end now with a song by one of my favorite artists, India Arie. I'm not going to sing it because I don't do that, but I like the lyrics. I really do. It's called Just Do You. Every mountain needs someone to climb it. Every ocean needs someone to dive in. Every dream needs someone to wish it. Every adventure needs someone to live it. So what you waiting for? Who you waiting for? If you don't take a chance, you'll never know what's in store. There's a story waiting for you to write it. There's a treasure waiting for you to find it. There's a picture waiting for you to paint it. There's a dollar waiting for you to make it. So what you waiting on? Who you waiting for? If you don't take a chance, you'll never know what's in store. Just do you. Somebody's got to be a star. Just do you. Somebody's got to raise the bar. Just do you. Somebody's got to change the game. Just do you today. Congratulations. Go do you and do something extraordinary. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McKenzie and Ms. Stark, for those inspiring words. We have two other very special speakers. Our first speaker is our class of 2016 salutatorian. She has the second highest grade point average. Shelley Poston is the daughter of Wade and Susan Poston, and she currently resides in Walnut Cove. She's very lucky to have the guidance of two special brothers, Seth and Matthew Poston. Shelley will be attending the North Carolina State University and will pursue a major in middle grades education. She hopes to become a middle school math and science teacher. She also hopes to further her flying career and gain her pilot's license. She's a brave girl. Shelley is the recipient of the prestigious Goodnight Scholarship, which is a full academic award that completely covers her tuition. This scholarship specifically is for students who plan to pursue a career in a STEM field. Ms. Shelley Poston.
Thank you, Ms. Holloway, for that kind introduction. Like everyone else, I would like to welcome family, friends, faculty, staff, and other honored guests. Thank you for being here to celebrate our achievements and hard work. Fellow graduates, today we have reached a milestone in our lives. While our individual stories cannot be shared in just one speech, we have all shared in the long journey to get here. You know, we all experienced that dreaded first public speech when each of us thought that we were the only one who experienced the sweaty palms, shaky knees, and that lump in our throat. By the way, I'm kind of experiencing that right now. Then most of us felt the panic in our first online test when we realized that we only had 5 minutes left to answer 15 questions. That was the only time that we actually wanted our computers to crash so that we could restart the test. And we promised ourselves we'd pay more attention to time in the future. Speaking of time, if we ever find ourselves using a timer, we can thank Mr. Brown for that. And that young lady that some of us mistook for a student at open house, well, that turned out to be one of our teachers, Miss Howlett. And we all learned that Mr. Cass-Stevens, Mr. Robbins, and Mr. Smith's Common Core math wasn't nearly as common as we would have liked. And we also learned that Mr. Mingus was not only a great history teacher, but a great moderator for our not-so-civil debates and mock trials. And even though we shivered at the thought of another scholarship or college application, we all reap the rewards from the guidance and dedication of Miss Ayers and Miss Moyer. And thanks to Mr. Price's love of science, some of us will one day be bodacious biologists. And Mr. Shaw's corny jokes, well, they're just as famous as his science demonstrations. And we'll surely miss Miss Drawn's witty humor in Spanish more than we'll ever miss trying to roll our R's. By the way, Miss Drawn, I still haven't learned how to do that. And even though Miss Giles hasn't been here very long, there's simply no substitute for the fun that some of us had writing or watching plays for her class. And we'll surely never forget Miss Smith's perseverance in keeping track of us when we somehow managed to lose track of ourselves. You know, there have been countless others who have touched our lives in unforgettable and immeasurable ways. So to all the teachers, family, friends, and others, I would like to say thank you. You have all had a part into shaping us into the individuals we are today. And while some of us may not want to admit it, we couldn't have made it this far without you. As I look back on our years at Stokes Early College, I have found one common thing that binds us together. No, it's not our friendships, our experiences, our compulsive procrastination, or even having senioritis. It's actually our school mascot, the Falcon. As Miss Holloway says, once a Falcon, always a Falcon. That is one phrase that will never change. You know, recently I read a story in which a king received a gift of 2 very magnificent falcons. And the king, of course, wanted these falcons to be trained. A while passed and one falcon was flying majestically. However, the other wouldn't move from its branch. So the king summoned many people to try to entice the falcon. But you know, no one could make that bird fly. And after many failed efforts, a farmer showed up and simply cut the branch. In a matter of seconds, the falcon's wings unfolded and it soared into the air with grace and power. The falcon only needed to be reminded that it had wings to fly, and it didn't need to rely on the branch. So don't forget that we, like the falcon, also have wings to fly. After graduation, we shouldn't be content with just sitting on that branch of comfort. We need to cut the branch we cling to and face our fears and obstacles with boldness, strength, and courage. You know, nearly everything we want is on the other side of fear. So if we fail to face our fears, possibilities will remain hidden, and many opportunities will be lost. You know, as Ms. Holloway said, I'm working toward becoming a pilot. My biggest fear related to that endeavor, however, had little to do with actually flying. You know, I wasn't scared of the things that most people would be scared of. I wasn't scared of crash landings, engine failure, or anything like that. So I'm sure most of you will find it quite amusing. But my biggest fear was having to communicate with air traffic control. Yeah, I know, sounds crazy, right? But I was completely petrified that I would say something stupid. And I tried my best to get out of it. But my instructor, even as helpful as she is, gave me no alternative. It was either face the fear or quit flying. I realized then that I wasn't going to let fear determine my destiny. And after I faced the fear, I realized that our fears are seldom as large as they seem. They're kind of just a facet of our imagination, something we make up. So stop clinging to that branch. Take flight. And if by chance you fall, get back up and try again. Falling is not failure, but giving up and refusing to try is. So use your wings to carry you to all the places of your dreams. Congratulations, and may God bless all of us. Fly high, class of 2016.
Thank you, Shelley. Our final speaker, the class of 2016 valedictorian, has the highest grade point average. Isabel Lindsay is the daughter of Wayne and Shannon Lindsay, and she currently resides in King. Isabel will be joining her sister Gabrielle by attending Winston-Salem State University and will pursue a bachelor's degree. She hopes to become either a veterinarian or a pediatrician. Isabel is the recipient of the prestigious Chancellor's Scholarship, an academic award that completely covers her tuition. Miss Isabel Lindsay.
Miss Holloway. I'm standing here today because someone made the selfless choice to become an organ and tissue donor. Due to a birth defect, the arches in my feet collapsed, causing them to grow outwards instead of normally. I would have been crippled by 12 years old. While most 8-year-olds are running around in the grass barefooted, I was riding in a wheelchair with a big honking cast on my foot and watching my peers play soccer. You never realize how thankful you are to be blessed with the ability to walk until you have to undergo 3 reconstructive foot surgeries. During the surgery, my podiatrist inserted 3 cadaver bones, which means they came from an organ and tissue donor in my feet. I am able to stand before you today because of that precious gift. As many of you may or may not know, I was born with hearing loss, but I didn't get hearing aids until I was 4 years old. This meant that during my formative years, I couldn't hear well, and my parents were determined that I would never be hindered by any disability. To combat this problem, my mom worked extensively with me, going over the pronunciation and meaning of every single word I learned. Without her tireless efforts, I wouldn't be able to deliver this speech today. As a child, I was like a monkey, so it was only natural that I loved the monkey bars. However, I wasn't strong enough to go all the way across them, so my sister Gabby used to hold my feet to make sure I didn't fall. One day, my sister's class got out late, but I was a mischievous little girl, or monkey, so I told myself, I can do it. I don't need Gabby. I'm a big girl, which I'm sure many of you have had that same thought in your lives. Halfway through my solo journey, I fell to the ground, landing on my arm. A loud crack resonated, and I started crying. As it turns out, I broke my left arm. To get out of homework, I tried to convince the teacher that I was left-handed, but it didn't work. At least that experience paid off with where I am today. From that experience, I've learned that with my family's support, I can do anything. Now I want all of you sitting here today to take a minute and reflect on all the sacrifices that were made to get you to this point in your life. Whether it was your parents that sacrificed time and money to make sure you were provided for and had the tools for success, or your friends that listened to you and have become like your family, or your siblings that pick on you relentlessly, but deep down want you to succeed and are proud of you. Even your grandparents that forcibly gave you money or food because they wanted to make sure you were well taken care of and nourished. Continuing, I want to take a minute to graciously thank many of you sitting here today. Thank you to my family for being my rock and support. You have loved me unconditionally since I took my first breath, and without your support, I wouldn't be where I am today. So thank you to my arms for always being by my side, and thank you to my older sister because you are my partner, my role model, and my partner in crime. Also, thank you to my friend, especially Andrew, for encouraging me and always knowing how to bring a smile to my face. Every one of you have been a light in my life. Thank you to my legs for always supporting me, and thank you to the bus drivers, because without you, it wouldn't have even been a possibility for many of us to go to school. Thank you to the cafeteria people for dealing with the difficult task of carrying food over to our school. My belly and I are very thankful. Thank you to my fingers and toes because I can always count on you. And thank you to the custodian for taking care of our school. Because of you, my phone was relatively clean after I dropped it in the toilet on one occasion. Don't carry your phone to the bathroom. So thank you to the teachers and faculty at Stokes Early College, as well as our Foresight Tech instructors, because you were so supportive of both our personal and academic goals. I don't believe that any other school has encompassed the word family as much as we have. Every single person here has helped create the welcoming and fun atmosphere that has allowed us seniors to open up and blossom. We came to this school as nervous freshmen, and now we're getting ready to graduate, each of us with a vibrant future ahead of us. Along the way, we've experienced unforgettable memories, such as playing capture the flag in the woods and trying not to run face first into trees, our intense games of foursquare and basketball during lunch, and the founding of the first sport at Stokes Early College, which is Quidditch. And we'll never forget when we had a mini dance party at the convocation at the beginning of this school year. All of these unique experiences are what characterize our school. And lastly, and certainly not least, thank you to God for blessing me with every single one of the people that I just thanked, and for carrying me when times were rough and never leaving my side, just like the footprints in the sand. I have made mistakes in my life, but God has never given up on me or denied me forgiveness. I pray that His presence and grace continues to bless every single one of you here today. So congratulations to the class of 2016. Many people have given a precious piece of their lives for us to get where we are today. For me, organ and tissue donors allowed me to walk again, and my family has dedicated their lives to helping me succeed. For all of us, our families, our friends, and God have stuck with us for the journey, taking delight in watching us grow and succeed. They are all in your corner, just like Mickey Goldmill was in Rocky's corner, and just like Patrick Swayze keeps Baby out of the corner. Therefore, puff your chest up, throw your head back, and be proud, because every single one of you here deserves to enjoy this moment. I know you have worked hard for it. I am with you. So, we have all overcome many challenges in our short lives, but that is only a fraction of what we will achieve. So, in remembrance of all that has been sacrificed and all those we have lost along the way, we endeavor to persevere as the class of 2016. I want to take a moment here, and everyone in the class of 2016, please raise your right hand in a fist. And you can do it if you want. You don't have to sing along. But basically, don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. So basically, congratulations to the class of 2016.
Seniors, please rise. Chelsea, Faye, Brianna, Bray. Dakota, Murray, Brown. Catherine Lee Burgess. Andrew Spencer Cheek. Alexia Brianna Day. Elizabeth Inez East. Oops. Jason Taylor Duggins. Sorry, Jason. Adelaide Lee Elliott. Lindsay Brooke Gable. Christine Danielle Gindy. Lauren Marie Hawkins. Scotty Leanne Hooker. Justin Nathaniel Inman. Autumn Nicole Jones. Luke Philip Jones. Isabel Faith Lindsay. Ayana Cachet Martin. Matthew Joel McCorkle. Dominic Pasquale Montesano. Matthew Douglas Owens. Andrea Angelina Para de Leon. Robert Chase Pittman. Shelley Marie Poston. Sarah Grace Rico. Riley Joe Robertson. Lisette Rodriguez Barbosa. Mary Elizabeth Scott. Sydney Justine Simmons. Kara Ann Sizemore. Michaela Lynn Snow. James Mason Vi. Jessica Lauren Waddell. Kirkland Seth Webb. Sarah Elizabeth Weldner. Jessica Marie Young.
Okay, it's the moment we've been waiting for. By the power vested in me by the state of North Carolina and the Stokes County Board of Education, as principal of the Stokes Early College High School, I declare that each member of this senior class of 2016 has met state and local requirements, officially defining them as high school graduates. Graduates, you may move your tassels. We are so proud of you. As we prepare for the class of 2016 to recess, everyone is invited to stay with us for a reception at the picnic shelter behind you at the top of the hill. Thank you so much for joining us this evening and supporting our students and our school program. Please stand as the class of 2016 recesses.